So does that make sense?
Oh yeah.
Is
I
that
get it.
is it different than what you were thinking and when you were going about it on your own
Yes,
just the last couple of
definitely.
days? Okay.
Definitely different. And it makes a lot of sense. It's understandable and it's doable.
Yeah. One of the things you were concerned about is, will this work in Mobile?
Yeah.
We've already confirmed that just now,
Okay.
right? I
Got it.
mean, and you should do really well with this. So, want to know how to start an Airbnb business? Hello, everyone. I'm Jim G from JimGCoachingClub.com. And in this video, I'm going to show you one of the key pieces to starting your Airbnb business without owning property. In fact, I'm going to let you listen in on a conversation that I had during one of my rental arbitrage and Airbnb passive income strategy sessions with one of my Airbnb Accelerator Academy students, Susan, who after this meeting went out and got her first Airbnb passive income property in just 24 hours. So if you watch, you'll be able to copy my Airbnb playbook and get started with your own Airbnb to easily go from $0 to making between $1,500 and $15,000 per month of passive Airbnb income without experience and without owning property. So if you're tired of stressing and worrying about money because you just don't have enough passive income to support your current lifestyle without running out of money, or just because you just don't have enough income to support your current lifestyle, and you want a simple way to use real estate for passive income, giving you more financial freedom, financial independence, so you can have more time to do the things that are really important to you, like spending time with family, friends, loved ones, helping those that are really in need, being more of a blessing to your church and your community, traveling, or pursuing your real passions. So if that's you, keep watching and I'll take care of you. I'll make sure you have all the information you need to start your own Airbnb passive income of $1,500 to $15,000 a month in just 30 days without experience and without owning property. So like this video, subscribe to my channel, and let's get started. You had an experience back to your first 10 days.
Oh my gosh. I got the text message and I was like, okay, this guy's being a stickler, whatever. It's okay. Then he calls me. I'm like, and he kept going on and on. Really?
I'll tell you this, he was number one, he was desperate, but because people don't ever call and do that. Like I just, that's why I posted the laughing face, because like you'll never see that. You'll never see it. Like that's the, but I think what happened, one thing that you are doing that most students that I don't recommend students do, but I just wanted you to go ahead with it because you did a good job with both of your templates, is send them both out at the same time. So you were sending seller finance and you were sending the lease, right?
Right.
So you were sending them both out at the same time. And typically I like to stay focused on one or the other. So maybe one day you just do one and then the other day you just do the other, or 1 week you just do one and then the other day and then the other week you do the other. So that way you can get a feel for what kind of response you're going to be getting and how they interact differently. But I can tell you, like that's honestly the first time I've ever seen or heard something like that. So I was laughing when you said,
The reason why I did the owner financing is because, to be totally honest, the places in Mobile are shabby. The rentals, they are shabby. I'm like, I wouldn't want to rent that.
Let me let's go on. I want to take a look. How about that?
If I'm going off of one of your videos, it said the rent should be, I think you said below 1,000, if I'm not mistaken.
No. My videos
Okay.
never say the rent should be 1,000. basically, because that's not the formula. What I say is that you want to be in decent areas, right? You don't have to be in the best areas, but you don't want to be in the worst ares either.
Right.
And what happens is it works itself out. So I don't know where I may have said below 1,000. It depends on.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I could be mistaken.
Yeah. But it depends on the area you're in too, like what part of the country you're in, what your city is, and that, because some places demand a higher rent than than others. And so in your area, I bet a decent 3 to 4 bedroom might be 12, 11, 12, $1,300.
Yeah. Right.
Right.
That's
that's where you want to look. I mean, because guess what? What I'm going to do is, this is what we're going to do. I'm not going to go on, because that's not what this is for right now. What we're going to do now is we're really just going to go into how, what the main agenda is for now, so that you can get your first property in the next 14 to 21 days. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to open up something and share my screen. So let's let me know when you can see my screen.
Okay.
So what we're going to do today is really just talk about, we're going to spend about 45 minutes just really going over a couple of key principles. And so I want to give you a little bit of big picture, and then I'm going to bring you back into focus so that you know exactly what you're going to be doing. But the big picture is so that from conceptually, although you probably watch some of the videos and you probably listen, I still want to get into it with you, so that you really understand it from a deeper level. Okay, is that all right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So basically, right now, the purpose of you, in order for us to get you your first property in the next 14 to 21 days, one of the tools we use is Zillow. So on Zillow, there seems to be a lot. Let's take a look at rent prices. No, not rent prices, bedrooms. So what we focus in on is bedrooms. I don't want just any, I want 3+. So the more bedrooms, the better. If you're only just doing 3, if you're only just doing 2 or 1, it really doesn't get you the numbers from an arbitrage perspective, as far as your multiples. So remember, we're looking at 1 to 2 times. We're looking at 2 to 3 times what rents are, right? And if you're doing a 1 bedroom or a 2 bedroom, typically you're not going to have enough revenue from the Airbnb to double your rent. But when you get into 4, 5, 6 bedrooms, now it's a beautiful thing. It's really okay. So the more, the better. But we start with a minimum of 3. So we go 3+, and then let's see what it gives us. So it brings that down, right? And then and let's see what the ranges are. So it says our ranges for 3+ bedrooms. Obviously, some of these I don't know how. So we're looking for 3+ bedrooms. Yeah. So I'm right. It's around anywhere between $900. So $900 looks like it's a start. $1,000. Looks like you can get some decent stuff for under $1,100.
Where I messed up is I was trying to stay in the downtown area where events happen, but
So no, you don't want to really be that specific at the moment. For now. Unless you went on the Airbnb and you saw that there are no properties ever anywhere but downtown, but I'm sure that's not the case. So for instance, if I go on Airbnb now, this is normally not what I get into this first call, but since you did such a great job with your templates on the first go, typically I have to go in and edit those things. It typically takes me about 10 or 15 minutes to edit everyone's template. You did a great job on yours. So.
Oh, thanks.
Let's see. So Alabama stays. I think we might want to get a little bit more specific and go Mobile. So here we go. And when you look at Mobile, I'm assuming that downtown is here, but all of this is available, and it's not downtown. Doesn't look like.
It's not.
Right, that's where everything's at. So it's outside. And here's how we look at this. I want to show you something.
Okay.
All right. So you see all these numbers in here, right? These are what they're renting for. Oh, let me change this. Hold on. Type of place. We're going to change that to private room, right?
Private room? Okay.
Private room, because that's what we're doing, rooms. Private room. All right. So now I want to show you something. So in Mobile, with the private rooms, you can see they're all over. You got, between the airport and downtown, you got properties. You got properties throughout. So, but most of them are in this little corridor, right? Yep. And the private rooms are going anywhere from this is pretty much in line with where I am here. Anywhere from 20 mid-20s to upper 40s, low 50s, right? So that gives you a wide range of where you could fall somewhere in the 35. And based on the numbers of what they're talking about from Zillow for rents, those are great. Those are the right numbers. So if you can get 4 or 5 bedroom place, it'd be great. I mean, if you can get a 3-1, that's fine. 3 would still work, but 4 or 5 would really be nice. Okay. If you can get a 6, it'd be even better. So, but I want to show you something also. When we scroll down, you'll see these numbers over here start to highlight when you go over which one it is. So this will tell you which one it is because it highlights, right? But then when you take a look at this one. This guy has 268 reviews. Okay, which means he's hosting a lot. Right. This person has 129 reviews. They're hosting a lot. This is private room. Wow. $35 a night, $42 a night. Look at the areas they're in. This person is hosting, this person has 151 reviews. So they're hosting a lot. All right, at $27 a night. This person has 152 reviews. Right, you can see where it's highlighted, right, where it is, where the property is. This person has 20. This person has 290. They're closer to downtown. This person has 9. They're out a little bit in the outskirts. This person has 11. This person has 159. They're downtown. Yep. Right. This person has 256 downtown, closer to downtown. And this one doesn't have anything. They're brand new, it looks like. This person has 131. So that's how you look at them when you go into Airbnb to get a feel for, which areas and what the pricing is going to be, right? For properties and what you're going to be able to get. So typically, I normally don't necessarily go over that in this call, but because the goal really is to just get you to just start initially just sending out and understanding why you're sending out your templates. Right. And so I'm going to get into that. But I mean, this is fine. It's okay because it helps you to understand some of what the numbers are going to look like. And as I get into a little bit deeper, like I said, I could probably go a little deeper because, what time? 11:30. So I want to try and get you off by around noon so I can go a little, I got into this, and then when I start talking about some of the other things I'm going to talk about, I can go a little bit deeper because I showed you this already. But my goal, here's the thing. My goal is not to confuse you or overwhelm you and inundate you with a bunch of information. Right. So then you're like, oh, what do I do? Right. My goal is to keep it simple. So as I said, I'm going to give you some big picture, but I'm going to get you right back to focus, right?
Gotcha.
And since you've already started before our first meeting, then it also gives me a little bit more leeway to go over some of this stuff with you because you've already started it, right? But some things are gonna start, the bell's gonna start going off because since you've already started, and then when I start mentioning some other things, then the bells are gonna go off. So, all right, so so now when you go to Zillow, right, you see all these properties,
right,
that are available, and the ranges are, you know, $1,000, 950. So roughly looks like around between 900. This one is 1,600. I mean, those look like they're way. You don't want, based on the numbers that we just saw, unless these are downtown. Like unless these are downtown, the numbers are going to be off at 1,600. And I'll show you how we come to that conclusion in a little bit. So so in fact, I might as well just tell you, I don't really want you to get this heavy yet. I just want you to start sending stuff out. I don't want you to get this heavy, but I'll show you how we come up with the calculation for this. So for instance, if I have, let me show you, if I have a house here that's at $42 a night. Okay, so we're gonna get out the calculator. So 42, if you have, say we have a 3-bedroom, okay? So we're gonna multiply that by 3, and that equals $126, okay? So if we are renting a place, and I'm saying renting, if we're hosting a place, don't use those terms. And I'll tell you why. You don't want to use terms that correlate with landlording, because you don't want those terms to begin slipping out of your mouth when you're talking to an owner. And when we get into some of the other stuff, I'm going to tell you why, right?
Okay.
But, so it's all about hosting. It's about guests. It's about your guests and you hosting. You're not renting. You don't have tenants, right? You're not collecting any money. There's no agreements. There's no subletting. None of that stuff. You're hosting your guests.
Okay.
And so, if you have a property that's $42 a night that you can host per room, if you got all 3 of those rooms occupied, it's going to give you $126 for a night for the whole house. Okay. And if there's 30 days in the week, so you multiply that by 30, that means the maximum I can make on that house is $3,780. You see that?
Got it. Yeah.
So, however, now one of the things I do is we also want to be conservative. So, 2 things I do. I want to always be in a range of between 30 and 40% of occupancy of my max, right? When I'm looking at the house that I'm going to be renting. So, I wouldn't tell you to do this math up front. I would just say initially right now, just send out, you're going to have an idea now. You're going to know what range you're in. So so right now, if I go multiply this number times 0.4, so it's 40%, that means the most I can spend on this house, if I can get $42 a room, is $1,500.
Gotcha.
Right. And the reason for that is because at 40% occupancy, I can still pay my rent. Basically, at 40% occupancy, you can do that literally in your sleep, right? You can do 40%. If you have just a horrible month, you still should be able to do 40% pretty easy, right? And your rent's paid, you're not coming out of your pocket. At 50%, you're making money. At 60%, you're making more money. At 70%, you're almost doubling your money. At 80%, you've doubled, right? And you're doing well. And so I typically will go, and so at the 3780 is what is our max. Our max times 0.75. 0.7. I'm going to go first. So that means $2,646 at 70% occupancy is what I'm going to be making at $42 a night.
Gotcha.
Okay. Now, $42 a night looks like that's kind of, it looks like you're ranging anywhere between the mid 20s to the high 50s, but 50s are downtown, 40s are up in here somewhere, just up between. So let's go. I mean, you could potentially end up, at in the 40s, but let's go mid 30s and just see what that looks like. Okay.
Okay.
So we're just gonna be conservative and just say, okay, if we can get $35 a night times 3, that equals 105 times 30. So that's $3,150. So this is a number we probably want to try and stay within for a 3-bedroom. Remember, this is a 3-bedroom.
3-bedroom.
Right. So for a 3-bedroom, we want to stay within times 0.4, $1,200. So we can pay up to $1,200 at $35 a night for a 3-bedroom. Okay. You got a lot of room there. Right? Because I'm looking. Oh, yeah. I mean, you got some nice places there for $1,000, $1,100, $950. You got some nice places. So what I'm thinking is, I mean, you could cut your teeth on one of those smaller, lower price ones, or you can go for the gusto and get yourself a 5-bedroom.
Oh yeah.
Right? Go get yourself a 5-bedroom because with if that's the numbers for 3, then it looks like you got a lot of room. So what I would do here is I would go where are we? Oh, sorry, I did the wrong one. So for Zillow, I would go in Zillow and price at, I would go 4+ instead of 3.
4+, okay.
Yeah, I mean, you could still go 3, but you can go 4+ and 5+ bedrooms and hit done. I just go 4+ for now, and you can look and see. I mean, these places. I mean, this is a 4-bedroom for $1,300. This is a 4-bedroom for $1,000. I don't know what the neighborhood is. This is a 4-bedroom for $1,550, and we already know that our numbers are saying at $35. So when we look at 35, we're able to pay $1,200 for a for a 3-bedroom. If I go at 35 times 4 times 30, that's 4,200 times, that's the most we can make there, times 0.4. Oh, shoot. So 4,200 times 0.4 is 1,600. So we got room. We got a lot of room there, right?
Okay.
So basically what this is telling me is that I'm going to be able to pick this thing up. I'm going to be able to pick this up under market value. So which means that you're going to make a lot more money on your rentals, right? So this one,
right.
What did it say? What did my number say just now? 1,680. Okay, so this one's 1,600. It's a really nice place, 2-bedroom, 2-bath. The more beds and the more baths, the better. This one's 1,500. So you really can pick. This one looks like a nice place too. It's only 1,200. I don't know the area. 4-bedroom, 3 baths. If you got 3 baths, you're gonna make even more than $35 a night. The reason being is because when you got a room that has its own private bath, the numbers you're typically getting $10 to $15 a night more.
Oh wow. Okay.
Okay, we call those private suites when they have their own bath.
Oh, private suite. Okay.
You're not sharing a bath. Look at this one. This is, I mean, you got some nice stuff here in the ranges that you're talking about.
Okay.
Right? So so with that said, we're gonna just move on. I'm not gonna get caught up in that. Okay.
Okay.
But you I think like one of the things you were concerned about is, will this work in Mobile?
Yeah.
We've already confirmed that just now.
Okay.
Right.
Got
I mean, and you should do really well with this. So now So how did you like being a fly on the wall in that strategy session? If it added value for you, type needed that in the comments below. Needed that in the comments below. In part 2 and 3 of the Airbnb Passive Income Rental Arbitrage Strategy session, you're going to see how we use my win-win principles to get the landlord to want us over all the other tenant applicants that are inquiring about their property. And Susan's results 24 hours after she began implementing what I taught her. So I love this Airbnb passive income rental arbitrage strategy because it's 1, predictable, 2, reliable, and 3, very scalable. So you don't have to worry about money anymore. Airbnb is not just for retired moms like Susan. Airbnb is for college students, or you can do Airbnb without college. I also recommend Airbnb Income for wholesalers, Airbnb for military, and Airbnb for millennials. But regardless of what category you fall into, you can have the same Airbnb success that my other students have. You just need a desire to get started, the ability to follow my simple steps, the right success mindset, and a real burning desire to quickly build your own Airbnb passive income. If you can follow simple directions and can carve out 20 to 30 minutes a day to get started with Airbnb ASAP, type yes in the comments below. And if you've watched this far, I'm going to assume that you're really serious. So I'm also going to encourage you to watch my other video cheat sheets that'll give you more details on my win-win principles, how to get started, and to see my other Airbnb student success results. Many who started with 0 and no properties got their first Airbnb property in less than a week and generated thousands immediately without owning, by simply following my steps. So download the cheat sheets and watch the other videos. If you want simple ways to use real estate for passive income, to give you more financial freedom, financial independence, and or to begin building wealth. Or if you just don't have enough current income and it's causing you to lay awake at night with constant worry and constant longing to do what you know deep down inside you should be doing, like spending more time or quality time with your family, friends, loved ones, being able to better help those who are really in need, and support your community and your church, or just really having the time to pursue your real passions and your life's vision. But you can't because your time is dominated by something else that's helping to pay the bills. Then I recommend you download my free Airbnb Getting Started cheat sheet to get started by copying and implementing my simple steps today. Or if you don't want to be bouncing around from video to video, piecing everything together, then register to attend my free online 1-hour Airbnb Empire Masterclass and apply to become one of my Airbnb Accelerator students like Susan, so I can personally work with you, handhold you through the process, and give you everything you need to help guarantee your success. After you complete the application, you'll be able to schedule a live video one-on-one strategy session with me to go over your application. I'll spend about an hour with you. I'll be looking at your current situation. We'll be talking about where you want to be. I'll be learning your big why to see how I can best help you and to see if we're a good fit. You can register for the masterclass and download the Getting Started cheat sheets by clicking the link in the description below. Also, if you enjoyed what I shared with you in this video, please subscribe to my channel and click the bell below to be notified when I publish new videos. If you got real value from this video, or you know someone who can benefit from what I shared with you, you can be a blessing by liking and sharing the video. In fact, screenshot my image. I'll pose for you. I'll pose. So screenshot my image, post it with my video link on social media, and send me the link to your post. If you do that, I'll mention you in my group comments, and I'll connect with you as well. So with that said, I want to thank you for watching and allowing me to be a part of your future success. I don't take it lightly. And as always, God bless you, and I'll see you in the next video.